It's Friday, which means it's time to deploy. We are back for another episode. This week, very exciting stuff. We have Octopus AI Assistant now available as an alpha. Talked about it earlier today. We have a blog post that also talks about deploying LLMs, and we have Matt doing yet another video of exploring Octopus. But first, before we get into all that, Matt and Jim, how were your weeks?
My week's great. Another fast week, but very exciting week. Lots of stuff going on. Kids on school holidays, which has been fun to have them around, but I think they're ready to go back to school as well. So, how about yourself, Jim?
Yeah, it's been very quiet around the neighbourhood this week. Everyone must be on holidays, I think. But so I've had a fun week playing with a whole lot of performance and load testing of our new execution pipeline that we're rolling out, playing with our platform that automates standing up instances and running user-like loads against them and stuff like that. So it's been great fun.
How large are you talking here? Like, give
How
sense. Give us
large am I
yeah.
talking?
Yes.
Today, this week, I've been really doing sort of thousands of tentacles connecting to instances and deploying it task caps of 80 and 160 or something like that, which is sort of
No big deal.
I think it's what our biggest customers on our cloud platform do today.
Yep.
I think some of our self-hosted customers do more, and we're aiming for much, much higher than that. So maybe I'll be able to show you an instance tearing through tens of thousands sometime soon.
That'd be awesome. Let's go ahead and get into the latest news. There we go. So this is our webinars page, and you may notice that we hosted one earlier today. This was featuring Matt, entitled Deploy with Confidence, How AI Helps Teams Move Faster and Fix Smarter. And so the recording for this is now available up on YouTube. You can watch this yourself if you're so inclined, where Matt and I basically hosted this webinar, and Matt showed off the new features of Octopus AI, which is awesome, the AI assistant. This is the Chrome extension that you can now download, and it will run inside the context of your window there to provide additional capabilities, namely 3 capabilities we have built out of the box. There's a best practices analyzer, there's a problem solver, if you will, and then there's a prompt that you can use for project creation. So these in concert are utilized as part of the AI assistant experience, and this is great. This was actually our sort of coming out party, if you will, where Matt talked a little bit about the work that he and others have been doing on this space. And we're really, really keen to hear everyone's feedback. So, Matt, Jim, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, as you know, John, I've been using it. Oh, sorry, Jim. I've been using it for a few weeks as well, or probably a month or two now. And it's always there when I open up Octopus Deploy, and I tend to use it more often than not just to even ask it general questions, because every query to it is using our docs as a main reference anyway. So if you wanted just to clarify something about Octopus Deploy itself, it's got that very standard sort of natural language LLM capability as well. But then, as you said, it goes, you can use it to dive deeper into those specific use cases. One that I use a lot is, why did my deployment fail? It happens all the time for me. So sorry, Jim, I cut you off there as well.
No, not at all. I was just going to say that, as I saw this project bubbling on in the background, I really wasn't sure what to expect, but it's been great now that I've seen how you can use it. I couldn't really imagine how an AI system would work with a DevOps tool, but gee, I was wrong.
Nice. Yeah, so it's available now. You can download it from the Chrome store, as I said before. So this is the Chrome store listing here, and we were planning on having this available under the Octopus Deploy account. Unfortunately, Matt had to keep it there because for various reasons, which I won't get into, but you'll be able to find it up on the Chrome web store. Just search for Octopus AI Assistant. You'll find it there. And once installed inside of Chrome, you'll be able to use it in concert with Octopus Deploy for asking all kinds of cool, interesting questions, do prompt best case analysis, and we'll also do some other things as well. And some of those are compiled into a cookbook. So Matt and I were working on this. Matt, what's the cookbook all about?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go somewhere to see what the Octopus AI Assistant can do and have a recipe of things straight off the bat, then this is the place to go. Jump straight into the Assistant Cookbook here, and you'll see predefined examples of the prompts that you can run and what you can expect to see out of those as well. So, yeah, John's done all of the heavy lifting here in the cookbook itself. It's a great place to come. It's like any other cookbook that you've probably come across with other tools as well. And this is just a getting started list as well. We've got many more to add into here in the future. And in the documentation, for those that are interested in diving into specific use cases, we've now got pretty good docs that wrap out the use cases that John's already mentioned around best practices, analyzer, deployment failure analyzer, and that prompt-based project creation as well. So in conjunction with the docs and the cookbook, I think you've got plenty of information there to get your hands on and get started.
You'll find it listed on the docs. It's under the administration tab, and then you jump down to Octopus AI Assistant. You'll find it there. We may relocate this AI Assistant and all the AI docs to another node at some point, but for now, this is where it lives. And as Matt was saying, we've documented the best practice advisor, the analyzer, and the prompt-based project creation capability of AI Assistant. So definitely worth checking it out. Download it. Let us know what you think. Awesome stuff. And of course, Matt's webinar is now available up on YouTube, which you can find there up on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe, as the kids say. So there you go. That is Deploy with Confidence and utilizing the Octopus AI Assistant. Big day for us here at Octopus. So that's great. Speaking of a AI world where everything is now delivered via LLMs, etc., we actually have this blog post entitled "Deploying LLMs with Octopus," and this is by Matt Casperson. So Matt is one of the engineers who worked on obviously the AI assistant, and this is a blog post that actually talks about the art, if you will, of deploying LLMs, or large language models, using Octopus. And so this is a challenge, obviously, because when you're deploying these things, obviously, into production, it's not just about the model. It's about thinking about how you build a robust, repeatable, and observable pipeline around it. And so there are many challenges that are obviously centered around this. And so Matt in this blog post talks about this, how to do them in a repeatable way, how to be able to have good visibility and testing built around this. And so Matt provides a whole bunch of examples in this blog post of things that are possible and how you might want to think about these things going forward in the world of doing deployments of LLMs, including things like auditing and compliance, rollbacks, et cetera. So if you're looking for a blog post that talks about how you can utilize Octopus in the context of deploying LLMs for your AI solutions, you can check out this one from Matt, which is awesome. We have another video from you, Mr. Alfred. We are listening to you talk about event subscriptions. What's this all about?
Yeah, it's another video in the current weekly series of exploring Octopus Deploy, where I'm just pulling out some of the features and functionality of Octopus that people may or may not know about. And subscriptions is actually one that I love because it's all about event-based architecture and things being triggered based on events. So subscriptions in Octopus Deploy are something that you can set up to subscribe to many events. Now, some of them are relevant for someone who's administering Octopus Deploy, like it might be platform-specific things, new users getting created, API keys expiring, that sort of stuff. But you can also subscribe to events that happen during deployment processes, which opens up a whole bunch of interesting use cases for where you can set up subscriptions that are looking for particular things happening in your deployments. And the subscription itself will either send an email or, more interestingly for me, it can send a webhook based on any of those triggers. So with a webhook, as most of you probably know, you can pretty much do anything you want to it. You can send it to your own API, your own system. You might have something running in an Azure function listening to that, or you can send it to pre-baked integration solutions like Zapier and then do a heap of downstream things with it. So subscriptions in Octopus Deploy for me just open up this whole range of use cases where you can now listen for particular things happening in Octopus itself and then do a whole range of responses to those events. So within 5 minutes here, I just talk you through what that looks like. We go and set up a test webhook and send it off to a service and have a look at what that JSON payload looks like.
Awesome. Yes, this was one of the first things I looked at when I was evaluating what is possible on the integration side. When I was on the R&D side of Octopus, we were looking at utilizing subscriptions, for example, as part of that infrastructure. And so provides an eventing mechanism for certain things that are occurring within your Octopus instance. So we now have the definitive guide from you available from Matt up on YouTube. This is part of a playlist that Matt has up on our YouTube channel. So if you go to Octopus Deploy, you'll find that all our playlists are listed there. including ones for this show, like Deploy on Friday, but also exploring Octopus Deploy. And so you can find the playlist there. And I'm sure you said weekly, right? This is a big commitment here.
It is, yep. I had a different video planned for this week, but I had to tweak some things around. So I did some last minute recording for this one. But yeah, weekly, Wednesday mornings, Australia time, which for the rest of the world is sometime Tuesday afternoon or evening for those of you on a Tuesday. So
okay, awesome. We also have another webinar that we recently hosted earlier today entitled The State of GitOps 2025, Key Findings and What They Mean to You. This was actually hosted by the folks over at the New Stack, and this was hosted by Bob and Dan, who were there to talk about our recent State of GitOps report. If you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, you can go to our website at octopus.com. If I could type /publications/State of GitOps report, which you'll find here. It's a free download you can take a look at. We're starting to publish parts of this report up into our DevOps section as live and interactive charts. But this is a 90-ish page report. Matt, you contributed to this as well. So this is the webinar that we conducted with the New Stack, talking about what was in there. And obviously, this was hosted by the fine folks at the New Stack, including Chris Perillo. And so, yeah, we had a great webinar here this morning. You can find the registration for this up on the New Stack, and you can watch the recording after the fact. So that's available there.
Sweet.
Yeah, the state of GitOps report has had quite a few downloads. We've been tracking the downloads as they come in through a feed. Have you been surprised by the amount of downloads we're seeing here, Matt?
I have been. I didn't know what to expect, especially being sort of new to Octopus Deploy and chatting about this with Steve, who did a lot of the work behind the State of GitOps report itself.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been really good to see the amount of downloads and the amount of coverage that it's getting as well. And I think that's because it is one of the first reports, or the only report at the moment, that has so much information in it from such a wide audience that we went and surveyed as well and got that information from. So yeah, it's been really cool to see the amount that it's being talked about. And we'd also love to continue the conversation. So if you download the report and have a look at it and you want to continue the conversation, or something wasn't quite clear or something surprised you, a lot of this is, for us, a conversation starter. We want to keep talking about this. We want to get more data, more information, and evolve these reports over time as we learn more about what's happening out there with GitOps.
Very, very nice. Yeah, I've been really keen on seeing what people are gleaning from the State of GitOps report. And of course, that puts us on the hook for writing up next year's. Of course, we'll have to interview, I guess, double the amount of people. I don't know how these things work, sort of thing. So I just know when I read the State of JavaScript or CSS or something like that, there's always more and more people that are interviewed as part of this. So that's interesting to see.
Yeah.
All right. With that, let's go ahead and jump over to the new segment of Deploy on Friday, which is Support on Friday. So Support on Friday is where we take a popular thread or an advice channel topic and we kind of glean into it here. So here's a question that came in. It says, hello, is there any built-in way to prevent a runbook from running simultaneously in multiple environments? Meaning that if it is running in dev and we try to run it in QA, it queues it until the next one finishes. And Finian, who's a member of the team here, sounds like you're using a specific lifecycle with phases defined for the environment progression. Would help have the current life cycles phases been configured with multiple environments. So basically, there's a difference between life cycles, ones with phases with environments and ones without environments. And so this is something that will help prevent that sort of natural progression. This is obviously something that comes in to effect, obviously, with releases as well. It's not just runbooks. So phases allow you to control those mechanisms, and you can have them run one after another if you so wish. And we talked about this last time, actually. It kind of dovetails nicely from last week's question, where we talked about those little icons you see in the phase representation for lifecycle in the Octopus UI. So you can check out the docs for more information if you are so inclined to read more about that. And that is the latest from our advice channel there. Cool. So we've had a lot of really great updates. Obviously, this week was the big week of Octopus AI Assistant. This is our foray into the world of AI, if you will. It's available as an alpha now. You can grab it from the Chrome web store. The links are all throughout our docs. Yeah, big week, I think, for us. Don't you guys agree?
Absolutely, yeah.
And definitely, Jim, we're keen to see. I like the idea of you showing off a big scale scenario as well.
I'll have to work out a way to make it make sense on the big screen. And,
that's right.
And bring it to you one week. Yeah.
It's got to be one of those Steve Jobsian sort of presentation, and boom, and everything magically scales, and it's awesome.
Scrolling past.
That's right. Well, logs are good. Logs can be good. Well, there you go. Awesome stuff. Well, yeah, like I said, big week for us. Just glad that we got it all out, and lots of work that's been happening here. So, anyways, if you have a chance to check it out, make sure to do so. And I guess next week we'll have some other stuff to present. We'll see. We'll see you on the next episode of Deploy on Friday. On all of us to all of you, happy deployments, everyone. Take care.